All right, everyone. Good morning. Today is Monday, June 17th, 0943. Yeah, it kind of sounded weird. It is 0943. And today, we've got our day one outlook today. And as you can see here, we have a huge ass slight risk again. Literally, the entire state of South Dakota is under a slight risk. So, yes. Just to give you a preview, yes, literally the entire state of South Dakota is under a slight risk. We also do have a marginal risk here across parts of Ohio, into a little bit of West Virginia here, Pennsylvania into New York State. So that's what we've got going on here today, but we do have a slight extending from a little bit Kansas through Colorado into Nebraska, whole state of South Dakota, Wyoming, Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin. So that's what we've got going on today. And of course, we got our marginal extending all the way out from Texas through New Mexico, Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, going left into a little bit of Nebraska, Wyoming, Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, back into Nebraska and Kansas. So yeah, that's what we've got going on here today. Let's see what we've got going on here today. Let's see what we've got. Minneapolis, St. Paul, Sioux Falls, Rochester, and Fargo under a slight, and Columbus, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, and Madison under a marginal. So let's see what we've got going on here today. Looks like our only tornado risk is in a little bit of, what is that state? Colorado and Nebraska, but we do have a 5% extending from Kansas into Colorado, Nebraska, South Dakota, Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. So it looks like what we've got here is North Platte, Nebraska is the only city under the 5% tornado risk, apparently according to the Storm Prediction Center. But the 2% we've got St. Paul, Sioux Falls, Green Bay, Rochester, and Sioux City. So I would say definitely to keep an eye out on maybe just an EF0, EF1 tornado if one does touch down. What song's coming on? What is Love? Okay, that's a good song. Anyway, today we've got our today's wind risk. So we got a 15%, a little bit of Kansas, a little bit of Colorado, if you can see that. Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin having a 15%. Of course, our 5% is stretching across parts of Texas through New Mexico, Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, Nebraska, Wyoming, Montana, South and North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, into Iowa. That's what we've got going on today. Also got a 5% over here across parts of Ohio, a little bit of West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and New York State. So that's what we've got going on today. So let's see what we've got going on here. We got Sioux Falls, Rochester, Fargo, Eau Claire, and La Crosse under a slight, or excuse me, well, yes, under a slight, but under 15%, I mean. And Columbus, Cleveland, Minneapolis, Pittsburgh, and Buffalo under a marginal, or 5%, I should say, because I just keep getting used to the marginal slight thing. But yes, you might see especially the yellow area, 15%, especially in the yellow area here. We could see damaging winds of 65 to 75 miles per hour, I could say. Maybe even 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We'll have to see how that works out. But of course, in the brown 5% area, I would just say 60 to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts could be possible in some of these storms. Anyway, looks like today we've got a hatched hail threat across parts of a little bit of Colorado here, but mainly in Nebraska. So, yes, and yes, the whole state of South Dakota is under a 15% hail risk. So, yes, that is pretty large hail risk here. Got a little bit of Kansas, Colorado, Nebraska, in Wyoming, Montana, North Dakota, whole state of South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin having that 15%. And then, of course, the 5% extending from Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, into Wyoming, Montana, North and South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, into Iowa, back into Kansas. So That's what we've got going on here today. So it looks like North Platte and Lexington are under the cities, are the only cities under the significant severe, but we do have Minneapolis, St. Paul, Sioux Falls, Rochester, and Fargo under the 15%. Oh, it just reset on me. And we also have Madison, Lubbock, Amarillo, Green Bay, and Midland under a 5%. So I definitely would say hail sizes could range from quarter to baseball size hail with the 15%, and then quarter to 2 inch hail with the 5%. So definitely a crazy severe weather day. So you should be watching out for that. Let's see what the Storm Prediction Center's got to say today. Scattered strong to severe storms are expected today, mainly across the upper Mississippi Valley and across the central high plains in northern plains later this afternoon through the tonight, with damaging winds and large hail possible. But again, an isolated, short-lived tornado cannot be possible. Well, it can be possible because we got a 5% across mainly Nebraska, but a little bit of Colorado is actually under that. So please be mindful. Kind of looks like a rocket ship, but I don't know. But 2% does kind of looks like a rocket ship. Anyway, yeah, even if you are at a 2%, should still remain alert for an isolated maybe EF0 tornado. But anyway, that's today's risks. I really hope you stay weather aware, stay safe. Hope everybody had a good Father's Day yesterday. Stay weather aware and stay safe, and that's going to be it.